Yo, this is Tone Kapone, and you're getting lifted to the sounds of my DJ Spaceship. Go ahead and beam him up, boy. Let's get him.
Greetings and salutations from us to all the nations. We're about to get loose, strictly for entertainment. We're repping Tampa Bay. 10 toes down, this waves of the bay. No, we ain't playing around. Tuesday nights from 8 to 10, make sure you ride the wave. It's Tone Kapone and DJ Spaceship on your airwaves. We're mixing interviews, R&B and hip-hop. We're blasting off, and the top is just a pit stop.
Dabron Kain, what's good?
Was good.
No, bro.
I just like that transition right there.
I want to give him and I don't do this much, but I want to give you a proper introduction.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the founding father of Powerline Promotions. We talking about the guy that pretty much had the vision to bring everybody together. Me, Tone, Dora, Blue JD.
Oh shit.
Justin. Well, Justin is Blue JD. David. No
David
alias.
names. David,
Sharif.
no alias. Tone,
And then it was
Tone.
this bouncing ball head ass nigga. But real spill, like he kicked everything off with the whole crew with Ignite the Mic, and then we did Ignite the Mic too, and it just went crazy from there. So I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, make some noise for my grandson, Dabron Kain.
There you go. Appreciate it. That's my man.
Raise a glass.
Got to do it proper.
There you go.
So, Dabron,
What's up?
welcome to Waves of the Bay. Nah, for
having
real
me.
though, man. Welcome to the studio, man. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you here, and exactly for the same reasons that Spaceship was alluding to, man. Like, ain't no Powerline without you, and I wasn't even going to talk about Powerline, honestly. But while we're talking about it,
I had to bring that up, man.
let's
because
flash back to this though. This shit is like 7 years ago,
God damn.
right?
7 years?
It's like seven years ago.
Shit. Damn.
And it was like a December or a January. It was probably like December.
I think it was a December at a Starbucks. in
Me and
St.
this
Pete.
cat right here.
By
This
Pinellas
is before
Park
that.
Parkside Mall.
Nah, this is before
Yeah.
that. This is before that, man. DeBron put a post up looking for like almost team members or like-minded people to link with. He was trying to build something. I responded to this post, and I got to talk to him at a show. The show I actually talked to you about being a DJ at, man. Coincidentally.
Tone, you
what I'm
talking to me about being a damn DJ at a house party for almost.
But the show
2
you always
years.
bring up, we was right across the street, right over there.
Yeah.
Every time you tell that motherfucking story, that's
But I'm
what
just saying,
talking
like,
about.
Hey, remember that time?
Right.
But no, for 2 years, this cat was like, "Yo, I got a plan, blah blah blah. I want you to be the DJ." All right, whatever, nigga. Because I was still doing. Am I lying?
No.
I was still doing the same house parties, and he was saying the same thing. But he always showed up to the house party, so it was
And that one building,
across the street from Crowbar.
which you already know, so that's
Yeah,
what I'm
so
talking
that's
about.
where you're
dog.
going. That's
So,
where you're going.
That's where this motherfucker makes shit complicated. Nah, that's my homie though, man. But
Pisces.
for real though, 7 years ago, me and this cat linked up. He had a vision, and I saw it too. He's from St. Pete. I'm over here in Tampa. He's making moves. He's one of the top 10 of the year for the Cypher.
Oh shit.
You remember that shit?
Oh yeah.
You remember that shit?
Yeah,
That show.
I actually do remember that.
And that's when we linked up. And from there, that's where Powerline was built, dog.
Okay.
And it's amazing that we're still like tight, like we're still
Right.
crew, like we're
That's
family.
very
in this
rare.
motherfucker at
That's
this point
very
right now,
rare,
dog. Like
though.
our
For
kids
real.
are friends.
That's
The shit we're talking about.
That's
You
love.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
shit like that, dog. So man, it's the homie in here, man. DeBron the Don, and you know I'm a huge fan of yours too, man. So that's why I got the
Appreciate it.
early copy.
I don't know if you're a bigger
of
fan
the
of my
CD.
man Pat. He just said my favorite local artist.
Yeah, which
He's-
Pat?
Pat Walker.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah, he just said that, and he's.
Well, he's gonna be real mad. I got the
Shout out
advanced
to him,
copy
man.
of this shit that's about to drop tonight. Man,
That's
if
between
the
y'all to
case.
fight that out.
But let's talk about it, man. What's going on, man? I know we got you coming in Saturday Night Shutdown in a couple weeks as well. Let's
Yeah.
talk about this project. Let's talk about the old projects, man. How does this one
Shit.
compare?
All right. Shit, where do I start at? All right. So
Right.
So we had Raising the Glass Ceiling. I dropped that on
That
like
was hard.
shit 2013.
Damn.
Fuck.
I was
I
featured
think
on that shit.
2013, 2015. Yeah, right.
I was on the hidden track on that
the hidden
motherfucker.
track. I'm still trying to put that shit out, but yeah, that was like
Snap
the
on that
debut and shit. Like, yeah, I had a complete different style at that time. Like, you know, I was more in like my boom bap shit and live instrumentation and shit, and I'm still into it. But from there, I think like from that project, it was like Trial and Error, which, no pun intended, from there we got into Trial and Error, which it was more so me like experimenting, development in the style, like, you know, not just sticking to like lyricism and shit, but like some of the shit of today, like the turn up kind of shit. And
Right.
so I like, it wasn't an album like Raising the Glass Ceiling. It was supposed to be like an EP, and I just kept making tracks and shit. And so then from there, like that was 2017. From there, last year we dropped The Light.
Yep.
Which basically, The Light is the first of a trilogy or whatever. So The Light is like 7 tracks. Damn.
I'm thinking about that video, yo.
Oh, Dominicana, yeah. Yeah, that's actually like one of my biggest streaming tracks to this date.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
man.
Do you know how many streams you have on that one? I know you pay attention to your numbers and shit.
Shit, estimated, I'd say close to 700,000. Accrued,
Major.
yeah.
That's
Major.
big.
Major.
Accrued over.
That's big.
Major.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Have you seen the video?
Appreciate it.
That's the one y'all was sitting at the table. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was supposed to be in that video, man, but you know, things happen.
Yeah.
I had a gig come up, and you know, just sorry, man.
I forgive you. But yeah, so now it brings me here to like the Dark album. That's the follow up.
So this is the second of the trilogy?
Yeah, it's the second of
Okay.
the trilogy. It's 7 tracks. The actual album's gonna have 8 because I put like a bonus, even though ain't shit really a bonus these days on streaming services. Yeah, like 7 tracks. Basically, so from The Light, the theme, it was more so by the energy, the soul, that kind of stuff. Like that's what The Light represents. And so going to the Dark is more emotional, the heart, like more dark theme beats, more just nighttime shit you ride
man.
to.
Like y'all, you're a lyricist. You're a lyricist. Y'all are gonna appreciate this shit. Y'all are gonna appreciate this shit, man.
I already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I already know what you're gonna do. I thought Raising the Glass Ceiling was hard. I reviewed that for you.
oh yeah, I
Remember
remember that.
Wow.
Yeah, you was one of my first reviews I've had.
I know about it.
Yes, sir. And so, like with the Dark, it's just more so getting like I was listening to my shit. I was like, dang, I ain't get that personal in a minute since like Trial and Error, and even on that it wasn't as personal. So on this one, I got a little more deeper, more personal. Went to the deep depths of the heart, the dark. That's what represents the dark, or whatever. And so I'm trying to do a follow up. By the way, the project drops next Friday, September 20th. And so shit, time fly because it felt like shit. I announced this shit like 2 months ago or so, I say. And I mean, I tried to put it out in the wintertime, but Dominicana was like popping off. That was like my shit. So I put more focus into pushing that track. And so I finally did it, got in the studio, wrapped the shit up, and finally set a date. Said, all right, we're going to drop the shit in the fall. So, you know, you got Hot Girl Summer, and now it's time to fall back.
I like that. Look at him. Look at him. So is the third project already done, or do you still need to
The
record
third
that?
one,
Mm-hmm.
the third one, like that one's gonna be an album.
Okay.
Like, not just 7 tracks, like a full-fledged album.
Okay.
So like I'm starting on that shit from scratch.
holla at me.
Yeah, I got you. I'll let me after the show.
I'll be waiting for him to link up with these producers, man. He has some amazing beat selection. Like he's not Nas with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, don't do my dog now.
I don't know. See,
sorry, I'm
Nas,
sorry.
Nas,
throwing jabs in this
Nas the greatest of
motherfucker,
all
man.
time. Don't do that.
I'm throwing
Nas the
jabs
GOAT.
in this bitch,
Like,
man.
don't
but
do that.
yeah, his-
I don't think his
Nah,
beats
but-
is trash. People try to say, man.
Nah, it just
His beats,
His beats, yeah.
Beats, yeah.
I think
I will say that.
his selection is trash.
honestly,
For
I don't
beats.
even think that's his selection. I think he be just giving them verses and they just slap them bitches on beats.
Yeah.
You think so?
I feel like if
That Kanye album?
If you listen to the beats by themselves, are they really that bad? You get what I'm saying? And that's not a slight on Nas because a lot of times as an artist, you have to kind of create around the canvas that you get.
Right.
And if you could be the hottest MC in the world, but
Right.
if what you spit and don't fit that canvas, then it don't mesh.
Right.
So it's
Exactly.
not necessarily that you have a whack track or your bars ain't where they need to be. It's kind of like the it's not cohesive. It don't go.
I'm gonna take
You know what
it
I'm
a
saying?
different step than that and say, I still say the beat selection is trash. Here's the reason why. Because no. Hear me out. And I might be an A&R in the making. When you put Nas with the legendary Primo, you see what I'm saying?
My favorite producer. Go ahead.
Any Primo beat you heard Nas on, call it trash in any facet of the song.
I see what
You see what I'm saying? But I think like at the end of the day, when Nas is an artist, he know what do I have to prove?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that he's bored, but when he wants to prove, like when he did
Life is good.
Godson,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
that album, call it trash track.
What? Oh, okay. Hold
I'm
on.
about to
All
say-
right.
I gotta go back. I gotta go
I'm
back.
asking the
I
question.
heard you wrong.
Call
I
it
heard you
trash
wrong.
track, and
I
then
heard you wrong.
I am. You see what I'm saying? But
see
when
it.
you look at when he did the what's the album with he had the song with Run Out Isley project when look at that album he wasn't really that wasn't where he was
I
at.
see.
He had
But
a
when
few
Nas-
songs.
Right, he had a few, but
Yeah.
when you look at the rest of what he's doing, so I just say his beat selection.
Yeah.
But when you put Nas and Primo, that's like, you see what I'm saying?
With Nostradamus, though, a lot of people got to realize, though, because I'm a like, Nas is my guy. I write spoken word poetry. Before I get to writing and the pen touches the paper, that's what I'm listening to before. You know, just like Jadakiss said, I got to hear big before I start writing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's it for me.
Gotcha.
But Nostradamus, a lot of people got to realize a lot of that material was left out on the Lost Tapes. And if you heard the first Nas Lost Tapes album,
Right.
that album is crazy. Like, that is 10 tracks of about 40, 45 minutes of stuff that was left off of Nostradamus. Because Nostradamus was supposed to be a double CD.
Right.
It's either Nostradamus or I Am. I could be wrong. But, yeah, there was a lot that was left off of that. But I will admit that the beat selection isn't always the greatest. And I agree with you 100% when it's him and Preem.
You can't call it bluff.
Even him and Pete Rock.
Pete
You know,
Rock,
like,
that's
like,
another one.
That's why, Illmatic is what it is. Because
You
you
see what I'm
had
saying?
Q-Tip, you had Preem, you had so many people on that. But, yeah, that's my guy. Y'all ain't going to be disrespecting Nas in here. I'm going to hold that down.
All right, so we
You
just
gotta
went
throw it
everywhere. Yeah, we just went everywhere with it. I was just trying to talk shit about Nas' beat selection real quick, but
Yeah, we
y'all
doing
actually
a
trying to
Nas
validate
deep
that
dive and
shit.
shit.
What I want to do is play some music by Dabron. So Dabron, which one of these songs? I know you had a few options. You sent me a few different vibes. Let's say
Right.
So how you feeling right now, man? What you want to liberate off this project, dog? The people's ready to hear some new Dabron Kain. Dabron's created Loafin' Hip Hop Artist of the Year one of these years, a couple years back. So we're nominated for a few things, the best of the bays. But this cat right here actually took it home.
Nice.
And you know how many people's out
Sure.
here doing it.
Yeah.
Hip Hop Artist of the Year, man. That's major, dog. So, I always bring that up whenever I
Yeah.
introduce you because that shit needs to be talked about.
Yes, sir. Shit, since we talked about Nas, I can say this is like a Nas-inspired track. I was going to play this second, but let's get into Darkest Hour.
Darkest Hour?
Yeah, that's the outro of the track. Is featuring a singer called Eleanor. That's out of Tampa Bay.
I thought that's the Eleanor I was supposed to meet. Mad Smooth was trying to introduce me to her because I think she's like R&B. That's what's up.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now, man. I've been listening to this project for about 3 weeks now. So I'm ahead of the schedule with that shit, man. This is Dabron Kain, Darkest Hour.
All right.
Imagine feeling so guilty you scared to pray to God. Imagine trying to pretend to him when he know your heart. I think we all underestimate where his patience start. I think I should call on him more when I make this art. I'm scared to winning as much as I am afraid of losing. Or maybe I'm just afraid of fame and I'm bad at choosing. Between attention and tensions of complacency cruising. Through this life knowing all of my potential, I blew it. I hate change but always adapt to new things. I try to find a perspective and when I lose things, my confidence keep wavering with my mood swings. So I gotta remind myself I'm a true king. This is honesty hour, this is honestly power. You put your back to the mirror, you are obviously coward. We like the concrete rose, we not polishing flowers. We must always live our truth cause it's constantly ours.
Life will be easy. Sometimes it feels like I won't last. But in my darkest hour, I found power. I take off my mask. I'm only human, yeah. I'm only human.
tell the truth, I'm probably just wiser than all my peers. They say you know things, I'm like no shit. But the thing I know the most is I don't know shit. Maybe I grew too fast. Sometimes I feel I ain't grow up at all. Sometimes I care too much, sometimes I feel like fuck it all. Don't trust too many people, so I'm always ducking off. I love hard, so it's difficult to cut them off. We always ridiculing till our time come around and say we only human. I guess it's safe to say that most of us is only foolish. I guess it's safe to say that most of us is only foolish. As you dying on the inside, these niggas ghoulish. Trying to rob you of your happiness, you bout to lose it. I tell them God got me, they tell me nigga prove it. That's when I hop up out the dirt looking undisputed.
Nobody told me life would be easy. Sometimes it feels like I won't last. But in my darkest hour, I find power. I take off my mask. I'm only human, yeah. I'm only human, yeah. I'm only human, yeah. Oh, 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 oh,
See, a lot of people look at darkness as a bad thing. What most of us fail to realize is that sometimes you can find your light walking through the dark. There's always a dark side of us and there's always a light side of us. But then there's a gray area. And that's what makes us human. Tell him, Eleanor.
I'm only human, yeah. I'm only human, yeah. I'm only human, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. I'm only human, yeah. I'm only human, yeah. I'm only human, yeah. Oh, 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 oh.
That was Dabron Kain. Y'all was feeling that shit, huh? I told y'all, I'm telling y'all in advance, man. Like, I know what he's gonna play, and I've listened to this shit. Like, I have the playlist on the phone. I can show y'all for real. I can show y'all for real. If y'all like that wasn't even nothing.
That's
Wait
just
till y'all
the
hear the
That's
next
the outro.
shit.
I was gonna say I want to hear the intro. I want to hear the first track.
Let him do his thing.
And I want to give a shout out to Jasmine Lee Knight. I said your whole government. She said the chorus is fire. She couldn't really hear much, but she said the chorus was fire. So
That's where you
Shout out
replay. Man.
Jasmine.
These shows have replay value, thankfully.
That's my
man.
big
I
little
promise
sister.
you can skip around. You don't even need to play it in order. You can go from episode 26, episode 9,
one of your top
episode 4.
one of your top fans, my man Pat said, "Dang, I missed it." Like he tuned in right now for you too. So
That's what it is, man.
He been-
Run
he
it
been-
back,
he been-
run it
he
back.
been-
I'm gonna have to slide some exclusives.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
this is what we got going on, though. For one, this is Waves of the Bay, episode 26. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. We are chopping up with Dabron Kain. We got some more guests in the studio. We've been kicking it all night. We're already an hour into this shit, just to let y'all know. I promise y'all this should be moving. This should be moving, man. We got the Tampa Bay Watch coming up in just a few moments, but we're chopping up with Dabron. He's playing some songs off the Black album?
The dark album.
The dark album. The Black album. Fuck that, nigga. You got that shit, dog. The dark album. So, that was Darkest Hour.
Yeah.
These people on here is feeling it, man. What was you thinking when you wrote that, dog? What was your mindset?
Yeah, with that one, like, I knew I had to get, like, personal, but also, like, in my lyricist bag and shit. Like I said, like, Nas is one of my favorite rappers, so it was kind of, like, inspired of that kind of feel and shit. Like, I'm thinking about trailers and shit and fucking, I'm thinking about trailers and, like, sync license and all that kind of stuff, like, putting that kind of shit in movies. So, like, that's the kind of, it needed to end on a note where it's still, like, in a dark kind of place, but more in a triumphant feel, because, like, the follow-up is the gray
Like
area.
you came through it.
Yes, sir.
I already knew that shit. I guessed that shit a year ago. I was like, what you got, the light? Dark? Oh, nigga, you gonna call this shit the grab, huh? Oh, shit.
But see,
Now let me jump
shit.
in and let me try to take the controls just right quick. Now I know on some personal stuff. I know like you are. I don't know if you still are, but you are a huge Kanye fan.
oh yeah, definitely.
What influences? What is it about Kanye that has influenced you, like as far as an artist?
His content, his creativity, like Kanye West jumped out there like with the whole backpack movement and everything. Like, and I'm not going to necessarily put that 100% on him, but he went out there like wearing polos and shit, talking about things not everybody else talking about. Right. And he had a wide variety of music, but not only that, like the production and shit, like it's bringing orchestras and all that shit. Late Registration is my favorite album from him. So like just the way Kanye West expresses himself and shit like that, and speak, like the whole thing. Like I used to feel like I was very cocky at a certain point, but I didn't feel like I was cocky. I felt like I was rightfully like the way he felt. Like I'm slept on, man. They should see my genius and all that kind of shit. So like shit like that influenced me, and I mean just in general, like with Kanye West, the way he puts his stuff together, like 808s and Heartbreak was very innovative.
Yes.
Like that shit had to
808s
grow
and
on me,
Heartbreak,
man, for
basically.
real.
That's
probably
this whole
6 months
generation.
now.
That's
That
this
shit grew
whole
on me.
this new age music shit right now. That's 808s and Heartbreak.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course with
Yeah,
some
right.
other shit, but that's
Now evolution is inevitable. Like Late Registration, that was, in my opinion, Kanye's best album. So when he dropped Yeezus, I was one of the people that was like, oh, that's not it, because he didn't go the direction I wanted him to go.
right.
So Kanye has evolved as you have evolved. Tell me what about your evolution of evolving that has taken people in a way that they're like, okay, where's Dabron going now?
Right. So like when I started off, like I said, with Raising the Glass Ceiling, like I was like, oh, it's about lyricism and shit. I don't do that commercial shit. Like, and so I kind of stayed in a certain lane, and then I was like, I'm gonna be different as possible. Like, but then as I started evolving, I was like, man, it's about making like Kanye West, like that influence. It's about just making good music and shit. Like every song ain't got to be the most lyrical. Every song ain't got to be like. Sometimes it's about how you feel with the track and shit. So as I progress, I was like, I'm gonna just start making shit that I like to make, but at the same time that people can relate to and feel, and like just the vibes of the song and shit like that. Like I'm still very big on lyrics and things like that, and like metaphors and shit. But for the most part, shit, if you don't like the lyricism, then at least feel me.
Right. Now I'm gonna throw your egg and see where this will hatch at. When I first met you, you and my granddaughter. Now you're my grandson. Shout out for that. Everybody make some noise for that. My man did something a lot of people don't believe in.
Big man move.
He believes in love, and you got
Yes, sir.
married, and you guys both have come out, and you guys have son Nazir.
Yeah.
He just had his birthday. Make some noise for that. You know what I'm saying?
That little baby boy.
So what I want to know is, how has the joy of being married and the joy of your son influenced your music to change in a way to,
Hey, that's an interesting one. Like, so I already had the light album out, like with my I didn't. Shit. Okay, so in terms of getting married, it was kind of like I was already preparing myself anyway because I was in a relationship before I got married, for 5 years.
But a lot of people get cold feet now.
Yeah,
But your
yeah.
feet didn't freeze.
Nah.
Okay.
And so at first it was on some shit like I gotta stray away from the female songs a certain way, or talk about my girl and shit. And then it was more so like, all right, well, I'm married. I'm very public with it, so let me still have fun or whatever, and put those kind of tracks out or whatever. That's still a fan base, whatever. Like, I want to get in touch with my female fan base. But for the most part, like, just being married and then transitioning to a child, it was more so of, all right, I just got to get more serious on the shit. Like, I got to come up with a game plan. I got to get more tight-knit on the shit that I'm putting out. I don't think it's really changed my music, so to speak, because I still
You still in the same lane.
Still in the same lane, still cussing shit like that. But like for the most part, it's no losing at this point. Pretty much, I got two people to take care of. And,
Let me give you some bars and tell me. I want you to tell me where your mind was when these bars happened, and you can get along with it if you want to. Pencil and paper. With this pencil, I'm trying to get this paper for real.
Yeah,
That's actually not on this paper though. That's off the top of my dome. So where was your mind? See, everybody thought it was on the paper, right?
I'm looking at it here like, man, I ain't see this nigga
Right. Tone looking like, I know I didn't write this on here. But
I saw he typed shit up there.
at that point, where were you mentally? Like, what was your thought process to come up with something as crackingly epic like that?
All right, so this is on a little personal note or whatever like that. But
we getting
I
vulnerable.
think,
Let's get
yeah. So I think in that point in time when I was making that project and when I made that song, it was more so I was living in my car or whatever. And so I was in that situation. It was kind of like, this is all I got, like pencil and paper. And at this point, I'm just trying to get to the money or whatever. I'm trying to get to the money. I'm trying to get out my situation and shit.
Right.
It was like, and the song is like a poetic song. So, like, previously I dropped that years ago, but then the lyrics, as I started listening to it more, the lyrics started resonating differently.
Right.
And so at that point, when I came up with that chorus, it was like, all right, yeah, this shit is from here. Like, this is
Right.
what it is.
So
Straight
that
hard.
shit, that's Jeezy
Pencil.
101 right there, nigga.
With this pencil, I'm trying to get this paper for real. Most people get rich, and not that I'm doing it for the money and shit, but some people come up off of this. And, like, when you really dedicate to the shit, like I dedicated to the pencil and paper,
Right.
then you really start seeing shit change, and the paper start coming.
And I just want to say to my brother, you know, like a lot of people, like you say, a lot of people start doing it. The paper gets in the way. They gets the paper, and they just go different, and then they just disappear. And I just want to say thank you for staying in your lane, because not only did you get the paper, but you found love, and through love, you created a generation in your son to go forward with that. So
Yes, sir.
I salute you on that. So what I want to give you a personal challenge, and I've never done this on the podcast. My challenge to you is to take what you've done and magnify that, and revisit pencil and paper, and come back again for real. Nothing against what you dropped, but I want you to
I got you.
revisit that pencil and paper series track again.
Oddly enough, too, like, I was like 19 when I wrote the shit. So
Yeah, you wrote that shit a long time ago.
it's coming up on 10 years.
Well, I wasn't going to tell
Almost.
everybody your age or nothing
Yeah.
like that. You know what I'm saying? You did it. You dated yourself. But, you know, it happens. You know what I'm saying? But I'm proud where you are as an artist. I would like to see more of you as an artist.
Appreciate it.
I think the music scene has a lot that you can put into it. Whether it's Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Polk County, wherever, you know, I just think that there's a lot that the scene, and there's a lot of people that actually look up to you that you just don't know.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Your name floats around in good circles.
Yeah.
Good circles.
For sure.
That goes back to your other question. That is one way where, like, it affected me in a sense. Like, after I had my son, I kind of, like, I threw the release party and shit, and then, like, with trial and error and all that, and then after that, I kind of like, all right, I'm going to stay a little low key off the scenes a little bit. I'm going to focus on family and shit. So, I mean, I still dedicated to, like, my online base and things like that, but that's one thing I'm trying to get back into the groove of, like, all right, because it's, when I had my son or whatever, it was like, all right, shit, this is new.
Yeah.
It was unexpected, of course. And so now I think I adapted to it, like, very quickly and very easily. So now I'm at the point, like, all right, I'm trying to get back out there, like, travel more. I'm trying to do any shows and shit. Like, that's another motivation that has brought me.
I actually want to show you some love too, because one thing about you that I definitely appreciate, and one thing that any artist that's listening needs to follow suit, you've been about your business the entire time. So I'm talking like publishing, copyrights, all that stuff. Like, you've been about your business the whole time. Tell me, when you first started doing this, did it seem like how did you actually get familiar with, like, what you're supposed to do musically, like ASCAP, BMI, all that stuff?
Shit. All right.
Because there's a lot of artists out here that have music and they're not getting paid when they can be. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So when I first started and shit, it was SoundCloud and, like, CDs and stuff like that. And that's all I had was, like, SoundCloud, like, and SoundClick beats and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I started. There's actually somebody, Jason as one, who was used to be a figure on the scene, or whatever like that. I used to go to him a lot for, like, advice on certain things, and certain things like that would come up. And so then, like, I would ask certain questions, and he would mention, like, certain things. So I'd do my own research, and it's more, I was like, oh shit, like, how do you get paid off of this shit? Okay, how do you get on Pandora? Like, what is the process to that? Okay, how do you collect streaming roads? Like, it just more so I start learning more and more, and the more shit I learned, I was like hungry for the information and like taking it serious.
Right.
And so by the time I was like 24, 25, that's when I was like, all right, I'm not just trying to be like do the SoundCloud. Although the SoundCloud shit works for some people.
Yeah.
But I was like, shit, I'm trying to like drop like albums and shit. And I'm trying to collect royalties. I'm trying to look legit, because at least if I'm not on that level, it can appear that at least they know I'm serious to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I won't even say that you have to appear, because I think like with your talent, your skill, you have what it takes to leave a legacy. And when I say by legacy, like a lot of people can make a song and they can make them money and they can, make $2-3 million. But at the end of the day, what my nigga, what was y'all saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Flip say, but at the end of the day, like you have the talent and potential to leave a legacy like, a Snoop Dogg, or like a Kendrick Lamar, or like a Dr. Dre, like somebody that's been around for a while, not comparing you to them, but comparing to what they've left so far.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So many people the question is, some people, do you want to be a trend, or do you want to be a legendary, do you want to be a legacy?
Legacy,
You
for
see
sure.
what I'm saying? So
Longevity.
there you go.
I think it's time to play another track of yours, man. Which one do you want to roll with, dog?
Ah, shit.
Ways of the Bay, episode 26. We're talking
Pencil
to
and
Dabron
paper.
Kain.
Pencil
We
and
got
paper.
Outside the Box, Laz, Jay Wiz up in here. The Tampa Bay Watch is coming up in just a moment as well.
Shit. All right, let's get in. Let's take into a different lane.
Okay.
Let's get into Lights Out or whatever. That's
Ooh.
yeah.
Y'all ain't ready for this one. Hey, you
Like I said, I'm trying to get
You're
more
laughing.
in touch with my
serious.
female fan base
Y'all
and
not
shit.
ready
Like,
for this one.
yeah, let's get into that one. This one is definitely dedicated to the ladies. Anybody like? Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, we'll talk about this real quick afterwards. Ways of the Bay, episode 26.
It's getting late, the moon's shining bright, and we kinda sober. We had a couple drinks and got a little buzz, but don't need a chauffeur. The night need closure, but we getting closer. If you don't mind, girl, I'm coming over. I can read your mind, I can tell you want it, girl, I want it too. The look in your eyes say you're fantasizing what you wanna do. If you got time, then I got you. Swap in my ride, let's make a move. Baby, tell me where to go. Want a sample, let me know. You can taste it on the road. Show you to that love below. Speaker box is singing to you. Baby, you the prototype. Tell me, are you flexible? Guess I'm about to know tonight. Baby girl, you all of that. Season like an almanac. Tried to play a good girl. I know it was all in that. What's my nigga? Call it back. Treat your body like a map, and I'ma travel your world. Baby, now give me all of that. When I get you home, baby, can't wait to undress you. Light a bunch of candles, we ain't gotta hit the bedroom. We making noise, neighbors see us in the next room. We ain't stopping once we get it poppin'. We gon' light up the night, up the night, up the night, up the night, light up the night, up the night, up the night, up the night. Time to unwrap that Kit Kat and break you off proper. Make you feel it down your spine, I'm about to balance your chakras. Pussy pouring like a spring, I can make it sing like an opera. Girl, you so patient, now let me be your doctor. Give you that sexual healing, baby, no malpractice. Into your world through that Milky Way and knock it off the axis. Miss Buttersworth, sip your molasses. We can get cinematic, I'm IMAXing your climaxes. Shawty bent over the couch, we both tearing up that house. You just let her run your mouth, baby, show me what it's about. Speaker box is singing to you, baby, you the prototype. Your body's so flexible, we putting on the show tonight. Baby girl, you all of that, season like an almanac. Tried to play a good girl, I know it was all in that. What's my nigga, call it back. Treat your body like a map, and I'ma travel your world, baby, now give me all of that.
When I get you home, baby, can't wait to undress you. Light a bunch of candles, we ain't gotta hit the bedroom. We're making noise, neighbors hear us in the next room. We ain't stopping once we get it poppin'. We gon' light up the night, up the night, up the night, up the night, light up the night, up the night, up the night, up the night. Baby, it ain't complicated. Making love is the conversation. Lights out while we consummate it. Light it up like a constellation. Baby, it ain't complicated. Making love is the conversation. Lights out while we consummate it. Light it up like a constellation. So how long you tryna go? Till the morning? You sure you can handle that? Alright, let's see. We gon' light up the night, up the night, up the night, up the night, light up the night, 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 light up the night, up the night, up the night, up the night.
That's that Dabron Kain. Lights out, man. I told you this shit. I was like, yo, that shit surprised me though. He's like, man, what's your favorite track on there? I can't remember what I said, but I was like, yo, that shit. But that shit surprised me though, because you was really in your pocket with that one. Pause.
Oh
but,
yes, sir. Which pocket?
yeah, pause with that one. But
Lord of mercy.
explain that to me. I know that's a step out of your comfortable
Well,
element.
see, actually, surprisingly, like, it wasn't that much. It's something different from what I put out. But, like, when I was, like, in my mixtape days, like, SoundCloud days and shit, like, I used to make shit like that a lot.
Okay.
And so, I guess with the previous projects I had, it was kind of like, where would something like this fit or whatever. So, now I was like, all right, I think start with trial and error. I was like, all right, I'm going to start making more female-based type shit and more, like, you know, more shit like that both sides can groove to. So
Man, you came up as an artist, dog. Like you was already at a high level, and like you're ascending right now. It's like you're KD. Like you came in the league, people knew you was gonna ball, but they wasn't expecting this Hall of Famer, like first ballot, end all be all assassin type nigga. So you doing your shit, bro. Like I appreciate what you're doing, man. Y'all just heard a couple of things from him, but we got him coming back to ride the wave. So of course, y'all don't. Laz knows about Dabron the Spitter. Y'all cats don't know about this shit. I'm ready to see y'all reaction. I know y'all value lyricism, so I'm ready to see how y'all feel about this one. We got Laz and we got Dabron Kain coming for Ride the Wave in just a few moments, man.